and welcome to another episode of the Hawaii Vacation Connection podcast. I'm Bruce Fisher.
How's it going? I'm Lanai.
Thanks for tuning in. Well, you're going to be traveling to Hawaii. You're coming here on vacation. You got to buy things, right?
You do.
And one of the things you need to do is definitely go local.
Yeah.
And so today we're going to talk about fun things to buy and things to remember to purchase when you come here to the islands.
That's a good one.
You got a budget for it, too.
Yes.
All right.
We got to thank Hawaii.com and, of course, Honolulu Star Advertiser.
That's right.
Yes.
This podcast is brought to you by us. We're the owners of Hawaii Aloha Travel.
Yes.
We're in Hawaii, right here in Hawaii. And
let us help you.
And let us help you plan your Hawaii vacation. All right, let's get started here. Some of the things you should be buying when you
We also have a guest coming up later, right?
Yes.
Who's our guest today?
Our guest is Mufi Hanneman.
Oh, you're going to want to stick around for that.
That's right. Can't forget about Mufi.
Yeah, he'll be in just a little bit.
Yes. So let's talk about it. Things that you definitely need to remember to buy when you're here.
Yeah, so you're talking about souvenirs or like toothpaste? Because that's the thing. People get excited. They forget to buy things. That's how the ABC store got invented.
Exactly. And you got to remember to bring that. And if you don't, you got plenty of it here. There's ABC stores. Tell people about the ABC stores. That's where everybody gets their souvenirs.
Yeah, well, it got its name because it's actually a friend of mine's father started the store, and in like the 50s or 60s, he was like 2 blocks away from Waikiki, and everyone was coming to buy stuff, and he was like, "Where are you coming from?" Like, "Oh, the Sheraton." "Where are you coming from?" "The Hilton." They were walking 2 blocks to buy like toothpaste and women feminine pads and stuff like that. It's things they forgot to bring on vacation.
Yeah.
So they went and opened a kiosk in the hotel, and they called it ABC because they have everything you need from ABC on, and that's how it started. Now there's like 30 of them.
Yeah. Oh God, they're
Waikiki,
everywhere.
yeah.
They're everywhere, and they have so much good stuff. And some of the stuff we're talking about here today, you can actually get there. So, of course, the things that are actually made and grown here are important to take back. So that would be like macadamia nuts.
Yeah. So we are the only state in the United States that grows macadamia nuts, cacao, and coffee. And pineapple.
Right.
You can't get a pineapple anymore. You can get pineapple here and then bring it home. But cacao, chocolate, of course, is what comes from. We have some of the best chocolate in America.
It's so good.
Yeah, I mean, you have
healthy.
You have your Ghirardelli in San Francisco, and you have these, but they're not making it there. They're not growing it on that property. We're growing ours, so it's good.
It's
good. And the coffee, of course, they say it's one of the top 5 in the world. Our Kona coffee, our Manoa coffee. Now we have Wailua coffee, which is down by the North Shore on Oahu. Molokai coffee is good. So the other thing that is really good that people don't really buy when they come here, Hawaiian salt. Probably one of the, I cook a lot, and I work with chefs, obviously. Our Hawaiian salt is incredible. The pink Alaya salt is almost like a Himalayan salt. The white table salt, and then we have the black volcanic salt. So salts are good. Good gifts. Also the coffees. You have Kona coffee. You have Ka'u coffee. That's probably the top of the line. What is your coffee of choice?
Well, it's Kona coffee, and I do espresso.
So you got to get the Kona coffee.
Yeah, and I love Kauai coffee too.
Kauai is good too.
Yeah, they have really good coffee there. And it's all about the elevation, which we've talked about before. And I think our microclimates lend itself to growing some of these wonderful things that you can buy here.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 main things I think, like food in the food realm that you would take back with you. And of course, the chocolate macadamia covered nuts. And
we also have a chocolate covered shortbread cookies, and people always ask me, why is shortbread cookies so big in Hawaii? It was because during the plantation days at all the schools, that's what they served for dessert. I don't care what day it was, there was a shortbread cookie on your plate.
Really?
If you grew up here. My grandparents, my parents, and even when I went to school. And it just became a thing, and I think because it was cheap to make.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah.
So Big Island Candies dips it in chocolate.
And the coffee, cookie company.
Honolulu Coffee Company.
Yeah.
They do it.
Really
Everyone's doing it. So cookies is another big one here.
Absolutely.
We love our shortbread cookies.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some other things that people can pick up when they're here that are unique items. Something like a ukulele. Real true ukulele.
We have a lot of really good brands. The number 1 brand is Kamaka. And the reason is if you can find a Kamaka that's on a shelf and it's for sale and you think that's too expensive, the reason is because the waiting list is like a year long to get a custom one. Right. So if you find one that's already made and you should just buy it. If you're an ukulele fanatic, I want a Kamaka ukulele. I have 4 ukuleles and I don't own a Kamaka.
Can you play ukulele?
I have 4 chords.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I bought one and I liked it, so then I bought a better one. And then I started taking lessons. And then my friend said, you should get another one. So then I bought a better one than that one.
I want to see you play ukulele.
I play like 4 chords. That's it. Okay. Really, that's it.
So we put this question to our Facebook friends, and we got a lot of comments here about, we asked people, what was the last Hawaii-related thing they bought, in Hawaii? Here's some of the things that people are saying. I bought a mask for someone on Maui who makes them.
A mask?
A mask, like for
COVID
masks.
With probably like a Aloha print, maybe.
Yeah. Some people are saying, I would love to be able to send a malasada back, but you can't.
Yeah,
you
got to eat them hot.
Yeah, it has to be fresh.
You got to eat them hot.
Susan says coconut candy shipped straight from Maui.
Coconut candy is another old school classic we used to eat when we were kids. It's red, and it's coconut. That's the popular one.
So that's a real thing?
You got to really like coconut, I think, to get it.
Another one was a carved turtle bowl.
A carved? What, like a soap?
Like a turtle bowl. I guess it looks like a bowl.
Oh, a bowl. A bowl.
Turtle bowl.
Yeah. So you'll see a lot of the guys who make the tikis on the side of the road, or used to be in the international marketplace, make those bowls.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things made in Hawaii. Remember, it should say made in Hawaii, right? It's not made in Japan, not made in China.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff, cheapy stuff you see, especially T-shirts. You know the thing about T-shirts, right?
Yes.
And, made in Hawaii.
I buy locally owned T-shirts. We have a lot of really good T-shirt companies here, young artists. I mean, when I say a lot, over 50 or 60 of them that are really popular, and then you have another 50 or 60 that are, and you'll find them at the craft fairs.
Yes.
You'll find them online. If you're more in the hip clothing, you can find them, on social media.
Yep.
A lot of good T-shirt companies here.
Yep, there's just a million of them. Get over to our Facebook page, Hawaii Aloha Travel Facebook page. We ask questions every day to try and share stuff.
We should put a list. Did you put a list together?
We'll put a list together. We got tons
top
of
10
things. Top 10 things, A pineapple is always a great thing to send back. And there's just so many things. But remember to budget for it.
Yeah.
And to support our local economy. That's the main thing, is to support our local economy. All right, we got Mufi coming up here, but before we do that, tell people about our deal of the day or deal of the week.
We got the deal of the week. You can receive up to $200 off your next Hawaii vacation. This deal includes a $100 activity card, which you can use for any activity in our selection of excursions, up to $100 on any of our vacation packages booked up to $1,500 or more. So you get on this deal right now. All you got to do is go to our website, hawaii-aloha.com/promo. All right, hawaii-aloha.com/promo, and enter the promo code It's Hawaii, hashtag It's Hawaii. I will put it on the screen.
Yeah,
put it on the screen there. So make sure you take advantage of that, and hope to see you in Hawaii. Take my food tour.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll be back in just a moment with our special guest, Mufi Hanneman. We are back, and we have a special guest here today, Mufi Hanneman.
How you doing, Mufi?
Yeah.
Is your title the president or the chair of HTLA?
It's president and CEO. I'm just Mufi.
And you're just Mufi.
Everyone knows Mufi. Mufi, I've known you. I was trying to think about it earlier today. I've known you for over 20 years now.
You're giving away our ages, man.
You're right. Do you remember the first time I met you?
Oh, my goodness. Remind me.
We just started Island 98.5.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you,
me and Augie.
You and Augie.
Yeah.
I was a regular.
Yes, he would come on like once a week.
But I heard so much about you before I came on here.
And I heard about you because of your niece, Noelle. So we had another connection there. Right. So we know each other a long time.
Yeah. Look, and we know you, and we've seen you in the news for years.
That's my twin brother.
That's your twin brother over there.
My twin brother was a former mayor.
Oh, your former mayor was a twin brother.
And his whole family's talented too. They sing. Not only are you guys in the community, but you guys all sing, and entertainers.
Nephi has the pipes.
Yeah. Well, you sing too.
In the shower.
Yeah. But you're doing other amazing things right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
trying to get our economy going again.
Exactly. Where are we at right now with tourism, and what can we tell folks who are coming to Hawaii? Because that's who we're talking to here today.
Well, I'm saying that despite the fact you have to do a pre-testing program, go through that, this is still a wonderful place to come to. Now, I want to be clear, not everything is open, and some are using that against us, not to go to Hawaii now, but hey, our weather is great.
Yeah.
Our people are terrific. Our culture is wonderful. And we have enough to make it a great vacation should you decide to choose during these very difficult times. So we're starting incrementally. We always felt that, it would never be, 35,000 visitors coming through our doors again as it was a year ago. And it's going to take a while for people to get used to the fact that it's going to be more expensive to come because you have to take a test. Certainly, we have that quarantine that's still in place. But if you pass all those requirements, it's still a great place to come to.
I think it's the best time to come right now.
People are coming here.
Yeah.
Mufi, it's been great. You know, people are having a lot of fun.
Well, when you look at the numbers, 35,000 visitors a day a year ago.
Right.
So now it's a little over 7,000 visitors a day that are coming. And only about 3,000 plus a day are transpac travelers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a lot less than what we had.
A lot
but
less.
It is such a great experience. I mean, I'm talking to folks like on Maui. Things are opening up on Maui. I just put together a wonderful idea for family. They went helicopter ride. They went kayaking. They are enjoying really experiencing the island. And, I just think it's still a great time to come here.
I think
right
the best part for me is seeing, because usually it's busy, right?
Yes.
It's always busy here.
Mm-hmm.
Now is the best time.
Yeah.
The waters are so clean. There's no traffic, which is amazing.
It is.
And not as many people.
Yeah, not as many people.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: we are going into a whole new holiday season, obviously, New Year and all that. Why are the prices still high? Is it because of low capacity? Tell us why.
Well, I think part of it is a lot of people don't understand is the tremendous losses that hotels and resorts incurred as a result of being shut down. You still got to pay for electricity, you got to pay for the water, and it average out to $2 to $3 million a month. For them, and they were shut down for 6 months. So that's one. Number two is that many of them kept their commitment to try to maintain the health benefits of their employees, even though that they weren't working. So a lot of it has to do with that, and more importantly, to get back and to survive during this new normal. The PPE equipment, technology, apps, all those things required an investment. So I think as more demand comes and more hotels start to open. Because right now about 65% of the hotels are open. By the end of the year, hopefully 80-85% plus. Then I think you'll see the prices start.
Because I think December 1st was more or less is the target for more hotels, right?
Well, they're starting to open up in November, obviously. And December 1 a lot more. And then, of course, there's some that's still choosing to wait till next year.
Yeah.
Well, in retrospect, thinking about it, we took a long time to open, right? It was from March till, we finally opened in, October 15th was the final date. And looking back, do you think if we would have opened sooner, we'd be in a different position today?
Well, I guess it's always easy to be an armchair quarterback, but I felt, and I said this for a long time when the theory came out that was espoused by many that got to open up the local economy first, then tourism. And I said, no, it's a parallel path.
Yes, I remember you saying that.
Local economy will not take off in any shape or form if we don't start bringing travelers back. So, yes, I wish they could have opened up early, but I understand. Nobody, appreciates that position more than I do, that, local people, some of them in particular, were very vocal about bringing folks here. But I always say, too, the longer we delay, the more we're going to pay. So I'm just happy that October 15th occurred. Ourselves, the Chamber of Commerce, Hawaii Ag Foundation, we started this Makau We Are Ready campaign. And that was to impress upon our government officials and the community that workers are anxious to go back. They're going to come back safely, and we got to get going. Because the last thing we want to see is another pause, another shutdown, because it'll start to spike again. We have to learn to appreciate this fact that it's going to be around for a while. We have to learn to manage it and control it as opposed to be afraid of going forward. And that's,
we have
too
to
many
live.
decisions are based on fear.
You mentioned what your title was. Tell everybody exactly what do you do.
Yeah, well, Hawaii Lodging and Tourism Association is the largest private sector tourism organization in the state. We're statewide. We have chapters in every county. So we're all about advocacy for the tourism industry, educating people, and then we do a big part of what we call philanthropy, where we give back, like the charity walk, where in good years we were raising over $2.5 million a year.
I hosted a bunch of them.
I've been on the charity walks, with VASH. We did with VASH. We're volunteers for VASH, and we showed up, and all the hotel workers show up for that.
Awesome. So what do you think the biggest hurdle is right now for you?
Well, I think right now it's just continuing to impress upon the traveling public that to come to Hawaii now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't let that quarantine scare you. Look at California, Oregon, Washington. The governors have just suggested that they do that there. So it's probably going to be a fact of life in many places. But, we were the first state to come out with it. It's not going to go away anytime soon. So you just have to learn to live with it and manage it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to go into quarantine if you have a negative COVID-19 test. There's no quarantine. Most people aren't going into quarantine. I mean, you don't want to go to quarantine.
Well, here's the thing, too, of the 20,000 Transpac travelers that have come, only 19 have come here testing positive.
Yeah,
only
that's
19.
important to know.
That's a great fact.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And, going back to philanthropy, we'll kind of close with that. I think it's important for people to understand that people in the hotel industry and people that are in the travel industry here in Hawaii really do care about Hawaii.
Yeah.
We're not just here to make
trying
money.
to sell you a ticket.
Just because we're in the travel industry, it doesn't mean that we can't give back to the community. I know you do a lot of that, and I think that's an important thing. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. So that's when people say, we don't care about employees, we don't want them to come back. That's baloney. That's malarkey.
Yeah.
We've done so many food drives. So we did an Aloha Later campaign earlier in the year, telling visitors don't come here, come later when we're open, and we raised money for that. So we've fed over 6,000 families statewide as a result of just giving out food.
Yeah.
I mean, that's important. We'll continue to do that.
All right, so we talked earlier, and we'll end with this, a little bit about things that you should take home with you when you're from Hawaii. Did you think of anything that we didn't cover? Let me see if we got it.
You got to take
Aloha shirt.
Aloha shirt. Yeah. There we go.
Chris Berman, one of my main buddies, ESPN, he loves Aloha shirts. And my favorite NFL coach, Tua, go to a tour, but favorite coach